You've been told to just stay positive. But what if I told you that this mindset celebrated everywhere on social media can actually harm your mental health? Today we'll uncover why science, philosophy, and even Pixar's Inside Out reveal the truth about the dark side of good vibes only. On social media, everything looks perfect: sunsets, gym selfies, smiling faces. And while there's nothing wrong with celebrating joy, this endless highlight reel creates an illusion that you must always be happy, grateful, and glowing. The hidden message is powerful. If you feel sadness, anger, or fear, there is something wrong with you. Psychologists have a name for this: toxic positivity. A 2024 study in psychiatry and behavioral health found that when people suppress their emotions under the mask of constant optimism, rates of anxiety and depression actually rise. Psychology Today warns that good vibes only posts done to create good vibes. They invalidate real feelings. And Resilience Lab notes that this pressure often leads to emotional disconnection in relationships. Even philosophy saw this danger centuries ago. The Stoics believed peace of mind didn't come from pretending pain doesn't exist, but from facing it directly. And modern culture got it right in Inside Out. The story only worked once sadness was allowed to play her role. That's what we'll explore in this video: why the good vibes only mindset hides a darker truth, how science and philosophy reveal its dangers, and most importantly, how embracing every emotion can lead to deeper happiness and real self-knowledge. Good vibes only. At first glance, it sounds harmless, even uplifting. Who doesn't want good energy, optimism, and positivity? But beneath the surface, this phrase has taken on a deeper meaning in our culture, especially online. On Instagram and TikTok, it has become a mantra, a filter through which every post must pass. Influencers rarely show grief, frustration, or fear. Instead, they curate a world of constant smiles, gratitude lists, and perfect mornings. This doesn't just celebrate joy. It suggests that anything less than joy is a failure. Psychologists define this as toxic positivity, the belief that no matter how dire or difficult a situation is, people should maintain a positive mindset. According to Verywell Mind, this mindset doesn't heal. It denies, and denial over time breeds shame. If you're sad, you feel wrong. If you're angry, you feel broken. If you're scared, you feel weak. Philosophers like Krista Thomason call for emotional realism, the ability to accept every emotion as valid and meaningful. Because life is not only sunlight and smiles. Just like in Inside Out, where joy alone couldn't solve the chaos, our own inner balance demands that sadness, fear, and even anger have a seat at the table. To say good vibes only is to deny reality, and without reality, there can be no authentic happiness. The danger of good vibes only, assented that positivity is bad, is that forced positivity erases truth. When someone shares their pain and hears only "stay positive" or "look on the bright side," the message is clear: your feelings are inconvenient. Research from psychiatry and behavioral health shows that constant pressure to appear upbeat increases anxiety and social isolation. Instead of healing, people learn to bottle up their emotions, which only intensifies suffering. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius never taught the denial of pain. They argued that peace comes from confronting life's difficulties with courage, not pretending they don't exist. True strength lies in facing fear, not suppressing it. And from a personal perspective, I believe this denial robs us of self-knowledge. When we refuse to feel sadness or anger, we lose the chance to ask, why am I feeling this? What is this emotion trying to teach me? Emotions are signals, not enemies. Anger can reveal injustice. Sadness can highlight love. Fear can point toward growth. Inside Out illustrated this with brilliance. Joy's attempts to silence sadness only made things worse. The story moved forward only when every emotion had its voice heard. Denial didn't heal the mind, inclusion did. And in our own lives, pretending to be okay may look good on Instagram, but it quietly eats away at authenticity and connection. Think about the last time you were struggling and someone told you, just be positive. Did it make you feel understood or dismissed? This is the heart of toxic positivity. On the surface, it looks supportive, but in reality, it shuts down vulnerability. Instead of being heard, you feel silenced. Studies published in psychiatry and behavioral health confirm that suppressing emotions in the name of optimism leads to higher stress, anxiety, and disconnection. It's not positivity, it's avoidance. Everyday examples make this clear. When a friend loses a job and hears, At least you're free to find something better. Their grief is invalidated. When someone struggles with depression and sees only good vibes only posts online, they may feel their pain is shameful. Over time, this constant invalidation builds walls instead of bridges. Philosophically, Aristotle warned of the dangers of extremes. Virtue lies in balance, not too much, not too little. Constant positivity is not balance, it is an extreme. And extremes distort reality. Personally, I believe this culture creates loneliness. When people are told to hide their pain, they disconnect not just from others, but from themselves. It's like editing your own life until it no longer resembles reality. And just like Inside Out, when sadness was locked away, the entire system collapsed. Denial doesn't protect us. It isolates us. If toxic positivity damages, what's the antidote? Psychologists suggest emotional validation, acknowledging feelings as real and important, even when uncomfortable. Verywell Mind highlights that validation reduces anxiety and fosters resilience. When someone says, "I can see you're hurting and it makes sense," healing begins. Philosophy echoes this. Aristotle taught that flourishing eudaimonia comes not from constant pleasure, but from living in harmony with truth. The Stoics believe that serenity comes from facing pain with clarity, not ignoring it. And modern voices like Krista Thomason call for emotional realism, where every feeling, even sadness, has a place in the human experience. From my perspective, gratitude is vital, but it should never become a mask. Being grateful doesn't mean being happy every second. You can be grateful and sad. You can be thankful and angry. Gratitude expands when it coexists with honesty. Inside Out gave us a simple but profound lesson. Joy as endless chase for positivity didn't create peace, it created chaos. Only when sadness was embraced did true healing occur. The same is true for us. Instead of forcing good vibes only, we can learn to say, all vibes are welcome because all emotions are teachers. What if happiness wasn't about avoiding sadness, but about integrating it? Science suggests exactly that. A 2017 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who accepted their negative emotions experienced less mood disturbance and greater overall well-being. Suppressing emotions increased distress, but acceptance opened the door to resilience. This truth isn't new. The Buddha taught that suffering is inseparable from life and that peace comes not from denial, but from awareness. The Dalai Lama has echoed this. Compassion for self begins with compassion for your own pain. In other words, healing starts when we stop running from discomfort. Personally, I believe this acceptance is what makes life richer. If you never allow yourself to feel sadness, how can you truly appreciate joy? If you deny fear, how can you recognize courage? If you bury anger, how can you recognize injustice? Each so-called negative emotion plays a vital role. Inside Out captured this beautifully. When joy tried to silence sadness, nothing worked. But when sadness was allowed to express itself, healing began. That's not just a children's story, it's neuroscience wrapped in animation. Because authentic happiness isn't built on good vibes only. It's built on the full, messy, beautiful spectrum of being human. Scroll through Instagram and you'll see flawless lives, smiles, sunsets, success. But this endless highlight reel is dangerous. Research on social media and toxic positivity, ResearchGate, 2024 shows that exposure to idealized happiness increases comparison, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. The message is subtle. Everyone else is happy, so why aren't you? Philosopher Socrates warned that the unexamined life is not worth living. In our time, the unexamined life is the edited life. When influencers share only curated joy, they teach us to examine ourselves against an illusion. And illusions always leave us empty. From my perspective, this culture distorts authenticity. I don't mind people sharing their best moments, I do it too. But when every post is a smile, we begin to believe that sadness, fear, or failure have no place in public life. That belief doesn't just hurt, it isolates. Inside Out showed the cost of editing reality. By trying to erase sadness, joy only created chaos. In the same way, by erasing authentic struggles from our feeds, we create an impossible standard. But truth is, life is both highlight and behind the scenes. To embrace only one side is to miss the full story. So how do we move beyond good vibes only? It begins with the practice of acceptance and reflection. The next time you feel sadness, anger, or fear, resist the urge to push it away. Instead, pause and simply acknowledge, I am sad, I am angry, I am afraid. Naming the emotion is the first step toward reclaiming it. But don't stop there. The real growth comes from asking, why is this emotion here? What is it pointing to? Psychologists call this emotional inquiry a process that transforms discomfort into self-knowledge. Sadness may show you what you value most. Anger may reveal injustice. Fear may point to an opportunity for courage. Each emotion, when examined, becomes a guide. Philosophically, Viktor Frankl wrote that meaning is often discovered in suffering. Not because pain is good, but because within pain lies information about what matters most to us. And modern research, Verywell Mind 2022, shows that validating emotions, rather than silencing them, builds resilience and connection. So here's your practice. The next time a negative feeling arises, don't cover it with a smile or a hashtag. Instead, welcome it, name it, and ask why. What is this emotion trying to teach me? This simple act turns every feeling, even the hard ones, into a doorway for deeper self-understanding. Good vibes only may sound harmless, but it hides a darker truth. Denying emotions denies humanity. Science shows that suppressing feelings increases anxiety. Philosophy teaches that balance, not extremes, creates flourishing. And culture, from the wisdom of the Stoics to Pixar's Inside Out, reminds us that joy without sadness is incomplete. Real happiness isn't about constant smiles. It's about authenticity. It's about embracing the full spectrum of life, the laughter, the tears, the fears, and the lessons they bring. Because when we accept every emotion, we stop pretending and start living. So here's my challenge for you. What emotion have you been told to hide? Sadness, anger, fear? Share it in the comments below. Your answer may not only free you, but inspire someone else watching this. And if this video made you reflect, don't forget to subscribe. Every day, we dive deeper into the truths that make life richer, not just good vibes, but real human lasting joy. And if you want to keep exploring, check out The Happiness Trap, a perfect continuation of this conversation.